Growing up, I never really understood the simple principle of the compounding effect or compound interest. But once I did, once I figured it out, it changed my life completely. And it could do the same for you too. Albert Einstein once said, compound interest is the eighth wonder of the world. Warren Buffett said, he who understands it earns it. He who doesn't understand it pays it. And I can tell you from personal experience, I spent a lot of years on the other end of that equation, and it cost me a lot of money. And I wish I learned that principle sooner in life, or should I say earlier in life. It would have bring me prosperity much sooner. That's what I want to talk about today in this video. And once you realize this eighth wonder of the world and you apply it to pretty much everything that you do, you can literally see your life changing right in front of your eyes every day, every week, every month, or every year. And before I dive into it, if you like this type of content, please consider subscribing to my channel, as I publish weekly videos about entrepreneurship, investing, personal development, motivation, and all that good stuff. So I appreciate you, and let's continue. So one thing you have to understand about the compound interest law, or the compounding law, is it's not just about money. A lot of people talk about it in the sense that in the way of investing, right? You put $100, you invest $100 for a 10% yield, yearly yield, right? So in the first year, you earn 10%. But in the second year, you earn 10% on top of what you already accumulated in the first year, right? So it's a little bit over 10%. Second year, compounds. Third, fifth, sixth, seventh. By the 20th year, you're earning 10% not only on your initial investment of $100, you're earning it on whatever compounds over time, which is going to be a lot, trust me. So that's the real power of compound interest, and the same rule applies to your everyday life. All right, and if you do it right, and if you use it wisely for your habits, for your work, for your skills, you change your life slowly but surely. You can pretty much count on it. So the advice I want to give people who are just learning about the compound interest now and maybe want to use it for their own lives is, don't strive for the big swings. Don't try to do everything at once. Don't try and kind of like say, you know what, I need to change my life and expect everything to happen within the same week. Strive for smaller changes that you do daily or weekly and improve. Measurable changes. Take this rule of thumb, okay? If you improve 1% every day for an entire week, it compounds. And if you do that for a month, a year, it compounds a lot. So strive to make small increments of changes, improvements on a daily basis to completely change your life, let's say within a year. Let's take a nice example that I like to use. Let's say you want to learn how to code. Let's say you want to get into programming. You want to build a startup. You want to be an entrepreneur, but you feel like programming is your thing. In the first day, you know nothing. Everything is new to you. You don't know code at all. You don't know how to write even one line of code, right? I'm not a coder, so excuse me, for not using like professional terms. So you start learning, right? And let's say that after a day, you know a little bit, you learn something new, some phrases, right? You went from 0 to, let's say, 1. After a week of putting in the work every day, grinding a few hours at least, learning the skill, maybe you learn a few little things. After the first month, maybe you write your first code. First year goes by, maybe you know how to code in a basic way. Year 2, now you're already an average coder, right? You spend 2 years of your life every day improving your skill, little by little, learning something new every day, making mistakes, fixing the mistakes, not repeating the same mistakes, and improving your skill. What about year 5? After 5 years if you kept learning and improving every day, you might be considered an expert, okay? Someone with 5 years of experience in coding, in programming, is easily considered an expert. And what happens after 10 years? Are you a master now? Is it not reasonable to say that you spent 10 years of your life learning one skill that compounded every day for 10 years, and now you're a master of your craft? I feel it's reasonable to say. And at this point, your life changed. And it didn't take you 30 years to get there. It didn't take you 50 years to get there. It took you between 5 and 10 years. And for most people, within a year or 2 of sticking to something and applying the daily habits and improvements of 1% per day or per week, most of you will see a huge difference within a year, maybe 2 years. That means you literally can change your life from where you are now, if you're not happy with your life, within a year, maybe 2. So that's what you need to strive for. And you can apply this principle to everything that you do. If you want to work out and lose weight, don't try and lose 20 pounds within the first week. It's not going to work. Go to the gym every day or 5 times a week, and each week you gotta lose a little bit of weight. You gotta be a little bit better in shape. You gotta improve your diet a little bit. You don't have to do much. And then within a couple of months, suddenly you lost a few pounds. Keep going. Keep going. No one says it's gonna happen within a month. Do this for 6 months, you lost 20 pounds. Do this for a year, you lost 25, or whatever it is that you want to accomplish. It's that easy. And I say easy like this because it's easy to understand. It's not that easy to apply. Same thing, same principle goes to YouTube. I want to make YouTube. You want to build a YouTube channel. You got to publish videos every day. You got to keep getting better every day, slowly but surely. The end of the day, the end of the year 1, year 2, you're gonna make it. Real estate, same thing. So to sum up this short video, compound interest, or the compounding effect, is basically the accumulation of daily improvements or weekly increments that stack up over time. Think about it as a tower of cards, right? When you start, you only have 2 cards, which is the base. But by day 2 or week 2, you already have 2 more cards, which now you have 4 cards, and the tower is double the size, right? After a few weeks of that, you stack up the cards and you get a big tower that's built on the base. You don't remove the cards from the base and put them on top. You stack up the cards on the base. That means that over time, it only gets bigger and bigger and higher and higher. And in the context of your life or money or whatever it is, you only get richer, you only get fitter, you only get more successful and more happy. Easy concept to understand, not easy to implement. But I wish I learned this earlier in my life, and I wish you would too, so you could become successful and reach your full potential faster and not do it at the end of your life. So if you like this video and you want to see more, please subscribe to my channel, give me the thumbs up, maybe even leave a comment with, if you agree with what I say or don't agree. I would love for you to engage with this video. And as always, I'll see you in the next video.